SpeedGaming 2. Welcome to today's Open League presentation of the playoffs for this 5th season of A Link to the Past Randomizer League. We have our last Game 5 of this week between Acai featuring Dixon and VGF Taylor and Amish Paradise with Dapper Wormman and Danny Music at the helm. I am Zeruvian. I am flanked by two fantastic trackers in Lady Lauralinda, and also my dear friend, Maidwalk Herd, and my other dear friend, Zeke Highwind, here in the booth with me. Zeke, let's talk Retrance.
Let's talk Retrance. What is Retrance?
Retrance is a retro world stated entrance randomizer with a assured sword and cross keys.
Now, this is also cooperative, so the two teams will be playing the same seed and giving information to their teammate. Which, at first thought, you might think cross keys co-op, but what you have to remember is Retro also has this little thing where small keys are universal.
Yeah, just like the retro world state plays, a lot like Zelda 1, a key will fit any door, but a big key will only fit its own dungeon. And those keys are expected to be in ample supply because the game expects you to have the money to buy them.
Unfortunately, you know what else the game expects you to have money to do?
Shoot arrows, provided you've bought the arrow.
So, yeah, the one downside of Retrance, in my opinion, is the pretty high money costs. But, other than that, this mode is probably one of my favorites of this league.
And it's been one heck of a league so far, this being the last game in the conference semifinals. Winner here, guaranteed a berth into the Invitational League in Season 6. Unfortunately, the players that do not win this race today will be signing off for the remainder of the season. Which means for Dixon and VGF Taylor, Acai coming in as the lower seed into this game. Dapper and Danny, the number 1 seed of the Open League coming into this game. And of course for Tony T. Young and Zero Nix, after seeing a very close Game 4, there's a lot to pay attention to tonight.
So, we've got a very exciting race here done. Also of note, since this is conference semifinals, that does mean there's a conference finals, and in addition to being given an invite to next season's Invitational, the winner will be playing Farm Friends for their shot at the finals, and we're off.
As you might expect, both teams are going to split their opener. We see the big key to Ganon's Tower right out the gate and a fire rod in Sanctuary. Some pretty nice early game equipment here.
Yeah. Dapper Wormman checking the guard prize pack right out front, and probably going for this Houlihan opener.
Yeah, the Houlihan's the typical opener for cross keys players to begin with, because that extra 225 rupees definitely makes it a little bit easier to get your resource. For co-op Retrance, it's typical for one player to go do that, and the other one to figure out what's going on around wherever the Sanctuary spawn happens to be.
And by the look of it, we've got access to Kakariko from a spawn point. That's really nice.
Yeah, the Magic Bat drop is where the Sank drop happens to be today. So our runners will be able to get in and out of Kakariko relatively easily, as we see both VGF Taylor and Dapper Wormman giving a shot at the pickle. Find out that they drop bombs, so early resources, good to know.
Yeah, this is a resource-intensive flag set, for certain.
Nothing but 20 rupees sitting in the back of the tavern. We have the back of desert. Danny wants to take this key and use it somewhere else.
This is already a key people like to take in cross keys, so when you make it universal and can be used anywhere, it's almost no-brainer to take it.
Speaking of no-brainers, if you find Laser Bridge, you definitely go right for it.
Hope you've been practicing your laser skips. I'm not saying anything.
And apparently Thieves Town is also at hand for our runners here, as Danny's going to give us a look at the front four. Now, of course, just like cross keys, this will play as an open, crossed entrance, key sanity. There are 4 take any caves, one of which has a sword, also in the entrance pool. So we will probably naturally run into those as we check around for other things. You need 7 crystals to defeat Ganon, but Ganon is in fast Ganon mode. So you don't necessarily have to defeat Aghanim 2 at the top of GT to be able to beat him.
Unless, of course, he, happens to be in his pyramid.
Yeah, VGF Taylor taking a connector out of Kakariko. This is actually a pretty interesting move this early. Skullwoods and Turtle Rock, the 5-6 crystals, as ascertained by the Bomb Shop.
In the Bomb Hut.
In the Bomb Hut. Interesting spot for that. Didn't see anything of true value here in Thieves Town, so Danny is going to hug a Zazek and call it good.
And Dapper Warbman has found the blind hideout. As Dixon has found Turtle Rock left. Or the firing squad, as I affectionately call it.
Dixon's going to have 1 fire rod shot for this pokey in the middle. And that lava chest is typically referred to as being blocked by 4 keys and cross keys. But hello, universal keys, it's very much in logic right now.
I don't even know if he has enough for that fire rod shot right now.
Oh, no, he picked up the small pot in the pokies room that is enough for exactly 1 shot.
Okay. It looked like less than... Well, he got the refill, so...
Well, we're also going to see VGF Taylor show us that the difference in shops in this mode, you can buy arrows to be able to shoot when you finally have a bow. The arrows will, of course, cost 10 rupees. And keys at 100 rupees a clip.
And we got something in this drop-down, apparently, because... Oh, it's a big key here at the Hyrule Castle drop-down. To Thieves Town!
Well, that's awkward. Danny was just in Thieves Town. You might want to have a hammer before you go back anyway. But for all you know, the hammer's just sitting in there.
Please don't say that. I don't like that idea.
You don't have to.
Alright, Blue Cane. And, hey, what's great about chain chomps?
They're very easy to death warp off of. Something about doing exactly 4 hearts of damage to green mail. Oh, we have the Go Fast shoes found in Paradox 5 for VGF Taylor.
That's a big find.
That's a big deal. Acai is going to have knowledge of those boots for quite some time going into this one. It might be a little bit before we see Amish Paradise make it to that entrance in particular.
Nope.
No, never mind. I guess I'm not paying enough attention to Dapper, but he's going to have to do the same thing. No, he's... Now, this is interesting. Well, he did pick up the fire rod, but we don't have the magic to...
Oh, that's not good for Dapper.
Scary, scary. We also saw flippers. Where did we see Danny find the flippers?
There's a lot of things to keep track of. So
Ooh, Dapper taking a pretty smart reset here.
Good reset call.
Because knowing where that entrance is...
Here's Mire Shed for Taylor.
Meh. Not a lot of love there. Well, actually, there was love there. That's about all there was.
That red hard hat beetle is not playing nice with Danny.
Should we remind Danny that he has a sword? That was one heck of a skip.
No fear.
So, Dapper remembering that he can spend this 1 bomb to buy 10. He might actually buy a key here, although he knows there's a key in Paradox. There you go. You can never have too many keys in this mode, especially when you start getting thrown into things like Ganon's Tower, Palace of Darkness, even Desert. You need 1 key, and if you walk in with 0, that could hurt quite a bit.
Plus, you always like to have an extra key on hand, not just have the 1 key you need to get into some places. Like, it's a lot easier to route Swamp Palace with an extra key, for example. Just being able to go straight to the left side, even without the hook shot, is a boon.
So we got a little bit of new stuff coming in from Hyrule Castle for VGF Taylor. Let's talk about where these 2 teams came from in this league this particular season. Acai, a returning team from last year. We're in our division, Zeke.
Yeah, I was gonna say, got to play both your team last season and mine.
So
that was a fun division.
That was a week I said I don't want to sleep on Acai, and I was right not to, because I believe they stole a game from us.
They
When I
did.
was with Oops All Foxes last year. So I know Tony too. Oh my god. Do we like that or not, Zeke?
What's that?
That hammer and shooter room pod.
Never. No.
I didn't think
never.
so.
No, stop. No, bad game.
I already knew Tony Too Young's talents from the SMZ3 circuit. He's brought back Dixon from last year and VGF Taylor, and they've kind of grown as a team. They've definitely gone some places, beat NDA with a full sweep in the wildcard round, went 5 games with Pasta Picana, and here they are in the conference semis in Game 5 with Amish Paradise. Speaking of whom...
Amish Paradise, 12-2 this season. And it's worth noting, I believe... Did Amish make the playoffs last season?
They just missed, even with a 9-5 record. They were just edged out in that division.
Unfortunate, because...
a division that brought the eventual runner-up of the Open League last year in JK Lull.
And we have our boots being walked to by everybody right now.
Yeah, you want the Go Fast shoes if you can get them.
Also worth knowing, I still love the Spiral Guard sprite Dapper uses.
Dapper's been playing with that sprite for as long as I've known him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these players coming from either different games that also include A Link to the Past, in the case of SMZ3. Dapper's been around since, I think it was the 2nd or 3rd Mentor tournament?
Yeah, he was the same. He was in the 2020 class, and then I believe he ended up teaming up with Vortex and Scoopel their first year, so...
Yeah, so, I mean, these are players that have been around for a while, at the very least, if not honing their craft, absolutely enjoying it throughout their time. Danny finding the Meyer area through a connection here.
This might be the first time I've ever seen Danny's custom sprite bunny animation. That is so cute!
Dixon apparently hot on the heels. In fact, we have a high 5 in real time. Well, 10-minute delay, but nonetheless. VGF Taylor wants to see the back of the escape.
I can't with that EV.
Chat's pointing out we did see a Quake Misery Meyer entry requirement. We do have 2 lovely trackers, as I've said tonight. Lady Laura Linda and Maidwalk Herd are keeping their eyes on everything. Because I only have 4 eyes, Zeke.
That's 4 more than I have.
Oh. Hey, nice big key to TR sitting in the back of Escape.
Okay, fine. 3 more than I have. I do have 1 functional one.
This is a bit of a death warp Taylor's deciding to go with.
Bonk. Bonk. Bonk.
Yeah, opting to use a couple bombs here to speed things up a little bit. It might not appear that rats are doing damage with that first hit, but every heart is resemblant of 8 HP. The rats are doing 2 HP per hit. That's 2 green mail. So imagine having blue mail.
When I was a young player, I made the mistake of trying to death warp on those on red mail.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We do have the spec rock connector at Lunk Rocks, the Link's House Bonk Rocks. And Danny wants to give us a bomb jump.
Meanwhile, Dixon is hanging out here in the Kakariko well.
And that was where?
I will tell you once he walks out the door.
Okay. Dapper finding another way into the Dark World, this way the exit of Main Hyrule Castle. Was the well dropped down sitting in the tree. The other tree, not the one that we won't want it being in.
Okay, so what have we seen for our drop downs? We've seen Uncle, Sank,
and the well.
The well,
and we saw Lumberjack. So we've got an outstanding Useless Fairy, an outstanding... we still have the pig out there somewhere. That is an outstanding Tower of Hera. It's in a bad spot, but it's still there.
Do you do the
Mean
basement
oils.
this early?
I mean, the game fed you a fire rod. I feel like you have to.
Meanwhile, Danny's on the mountain.
Danny has found the Old Man Rescue, and I did not see where that happened to be.
Well, that's okay. Dapper found the Old Man Cave.
Okay, that makes it easy. So Danny's going to give us some of these Light Death Mountain entrances, including Hotel Mario.
Mark your bingo cards. We found Hotel Mario.
Should we start doing a secret bingo with these, Zeke?
You and I would never do that.
No. We leave that to...
our teammates.
Actually, yes. But not for the same league.
I know. I bet America could get Dreaky to do it.
I think they would, actually. Hey, look, a shovel. That is one hot shovel sitting on the torch here as long as it has. Dapper's going to go pick up his hammer. Dixon is going to show us that it is a glove and Hera basement. Oh, that's important.
I don't like that spot either.
Oh, no. That's not a good spot for a glove. I told you, just go do. By the way, chat pointing out that we have that Bombos medallion that Danny just picked up out of the map chest of desert. Happens to be our entry requirement to TR today. If that entrance happens to come into play.
Hey, look, another reason we like Universal Keys. We don't have to worry about these two checks.
Especially not if you want to just do this off of a spawn or something. Now, Dapper going deeper into pod because he had the keys to do so. And again, with Universal Keys, these are basically in logic. Dixon showing us that. Oh, it wouldn't be a game 5 without a little bit of drama, would it?
Is it really drama when you expect it?
I mean, do you expect Ganon to be in the tree every time we see a cross keys or a retrance seed?
Yes.
What kind of planet hell do you live on?
The same one you do?
Oh.
Because I know you also sort of expect it half the time.
No, I dread it half the time. I don't expect a darn thing. I feel like Dapper is going to scum one of these keys. Hey, if nothing else, you don't have to chase Castle Tower keys we're seeing in chat. You know what? You're darn right.
If you have 2 keys and you go in, you could just clean the place out.
You know, of all 2 of its checks.
And in this case, the wizard. You can clean the wizard out of the tower.
Cleaning the wizard out of the tower, yes. Cleaning the wizard... I don't know. I don't know where that's going. I don't like it, Zeke. So that is a key at the drop-down at Sanctuary, which leaves us a useless fairy behind GT.
I don't like useless fairy there.
No, because it disincentivizes you from climbing GT, when GT's climb is just purely in logic.
You just need a bow and a hook shot and a fire source.
This is unfortunate. Well, we found Skull Woods, and normally in this circumstance you can go ahead and clear Skull Woods if you really, really wanted to. You've got a hammer, you've got the fire rod. Danny doesn't have any keys.
I was waiting for that to be a key right there.
You know? Have you ever had a vanilla Skullwoods key in the back of Skullwoods?
Yes.
In Key Sanity?
Yes.
Thanks.
I actually just had it the other day.
Well, it looks like Dapper wants this Thieves' Town.
Well, you said you have to wait for the hammer usually.
Well, we have the hammer. Danny going back through Desert Palace. Dixon showing us what's at Hyrule Castle.
Dapper, no!
Again. You know, good stuff in here, too. What did he do?
He didn't grab the key.
Oh, that's painful.
Unless he pulls a key out of here, he's going to orphan that big chest.
You know, that also could be by design. Have Danny check it later.
But why? You have the hammer going in here.
I get it. I know. He would need a key right now to be able to check. And then that key just sitting there by the blind door is just going to be sitting there. That's the second level of key unfortunate happening at the same time here. Dixon gets what he needs out of Blind's Hut, and he will save and quit.
How about GT? That's the
Can we say bailed out?
So GT is at the Dark Lumberjack house.
Oh, and Danny is going to go ahead and do a bunny revive, or an Eevee revive in this case.
It's so cute.
And we're going to at least see what's in the 2 checks and hope room. No cane to go right, and, well, if we had a key, we could break going left with these boots, but Danny doesn't have the boots. I don't know if he knows the bomb jumps.
Danny has the boots.
He does have the boots. Hello, big key to Tower of Hera. So we know Hera's crystal's blocked by a Moon Pearl, or a hook shot. Because reasons. See, do you do this with just no keys, though? I think Danny says yes.
You at least sequence break DMs.
Sadness in 3, 2, 1, bang. Sorry, Dapper, you might have forgotten something. Now, okay, so Danny's taking this bomb jump to set this. Danny, you have boots.
Danny, you have boots.
Oh no. Okay. Game 5 nerves. Oh my gosh, that's a bow. That's a bow behind a hook shot. Oh no, that's two.
What are those doing there? Shot. Why are they both there?
Why is it What does it mean? It's so intense. Actually, be glad that the randomizer developers have given us a way to toggle between wooden arrows and silvers.
Mm-hmm.
Because 50 rupees per silver arrow is expensive.
I mean, 10 rupees per arrow is expensive. 50 per silver is ludicrous.
We're going to see the back of escape for Danny. I didn't see anything of true value back here.
All right, we're going to have a moment of truth in a minute.
We have... Yeah, Dixon's going to show us, provided he doesn't take an unfortunate stumble upon the way. Don't you dare put those con curses away, chat. You know, that red Zazek likes to play very not nice, so... He's A-okay.
Okay.
The worst thing here for Amish Paradise would be Dixon not having the hammer, because they haven't found it yet.
Oh no! What is happening?
Wait. Do we not see Acai find Pod yet?
It's in...
Hello, Buried Sword.
Pod's in Villa, in Kakariko.
Did they skip it? Because you would have to not have the hammer to consciously skip the hammer block check.
When you have the keys.
Well, I mean, he's got 2 keys, you can see.
Also, this fight's gone off the rails.
Chat letting us know, actually, one of the former members of Amish Paradise letting us know that VGF Taylor walked in, saw Pod, walked back out. Now we see VGF Taylor walking in, seeing Pod, going, oh yeah, I can open this check. Should I count down the sadness timer again?
In 3, 2, down.
Yikes. Well, and that means Dixon is going to turn around and grab that hammer, probably. And Dapper Wearman has found Tower of Hera. So we'll probably see Danny head in that direction eventually as well. Although the Hera Big Key is not going to lead to the Moon Pearl, as it itself is locked by the Moon Pearl.
It's unfortunate. That means I won't get my vanilla Moon Pearl bingo objective.
It's not a team coach, that's a team dad.
Flippers were just on
Bottle Merchant. Well, Danny will show us what's in the Thieves' Town big chest, surely. Also, he's after this glove, because for Amish Paradise, that glove is huge. They will Probably not. We did not see Hera basement, did we?
Not from Dapper.
No. That's interesting.
But I don't think he had. I think he didn't have a key and just picked one up from the next entrance, too.
Yeah, could do it. Either way, we do have knowledge of S sword. As I mentioned, there's a sword on the shovel that I'm sure all Forerunners will have now, or at least shortly thereafter going into desert. And I'm pretty sure this is just a key.
Yeah, this is a key. Just continue harassing him about the Thieves of Riches. I'm going to cry if this is the Moon Pearl in the big chest.
I will be very upset. Dixon, you have the flippers. Muscle memory really does get the best of you sometimes.
I've made that play before to fake flipper with flippers.
You ever tried fake powdering with powder?
I've done fake powder. It's actually viable when you don't have magic.
You ever tried fake powdering with powder with magic? You end up blocking yourself. That's right, we saw a mushroom, so we're going to see the mushroom turned in here. And I don't believe we've seen the magic shop, so that's going to be a surprise. Here's an item when we do find it.
And Dapper's swimming down to the South Shore region.
Oh, trackers are making sure that I am aware of myself here. We have seen the magic shop. Where was it?
Again, lots of information. 4 players, entrance rando. Kind of a hard thing to keep track of everything.
Yeah, that's
thank you to these two for doing it for us.
As you can see, it's so much information that it's hard for even our trackers to keep tabs on what's going on. And
okay.
That's our first glove for VGF Taylor.
Thieves Town Big Chest
is just
a compass. Dapper can feel much relief now.
Acai doesn't know that, so chances are VGF Taylor will probably have to check that when he goes through. Spider sword spins on ball and chain. I think we just had a moment of clarity that we have the fire rod.
I forgot we had the fire rod.
Well, but it's tracked. Fire rod is literally a team name right now. Don't forget to track us. A little bit scary doing this in the dark, but we have a fire rod. So Danny's going to pick up his Thieves Town crystal.
Do you go all the way knowing that Ganon is in the tree?
I mean, if you feel confident that you're going to make it up there when you're currently at 1 heart, I think you might obligate yourself to do so. This also gives you out-of-logic access to the east side of the Dark World.
I really would have picked up a couple of those hearts before doing this room.
He might not even know if they're there.
Dixon's giving us Skullwoods play.
He blends in. Finally, we're seeing the Skullwoods play. The Skullwoods is actually in logic out the gate with that fire rod.
Which means you can see something you don't get to see in Cross Keys. You might get to see Moon Pearl on Mothula.
Truly remarkable.
All right, we're out of the dark. Now can we survive these guys?
Dixon pulling out the hammer. Oh my gosh, Dapper. Oh my gosh. You have a boomerang and a hammer. You're scaring the heck out of me. Oh no. I can't watch that screen. I gotta watch Danny go through Hera. We got a dungeon something out of Hera's big chest. And a Keon moth is also not something you typically see.
Yeah, you do. Sometimes you see a key to another dungeon.
Another dungeon, perhaps, but not, when the keys mean everything. Now it's
Well,
VGF
Dapper
Taylor's
has more than
turn.
one heart.
Yes, he found 2 hearts out of the... I believe there's only 2 in Circle of Pots.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a trip to the Dark World pending this wizard fight. Hey, how many blue balls are we going to see today, Zeke?
7.
7. I mean, I've already fairy revived and everything watching this castle tower climb, so please do not miss on an attack, Dapper, please. Too many. Okay. Nick in chat reminding us, we also kind of had our heart in our throat not too long ago during that Game 4. If you missed it, Game 4 was swordless between Zero Nix and Tony T. Young. Go watch that VOD, because that is a heart stopper. It will get your blood pumping, and it will make you literally just stop breathing for a moment. At multiple different turns.
Dixon does not want this tower.
Yeah,
and honestly,
Dixon will come back.
I don't blame him.
Probably wait until you have at least Lamp. Taylor does want this crystal, so we're going to see Taylor pick up a compass and give a proverbial breath of relief to Dixon. Danny's going to give us a couple other things to look at here in the Dark World. Now, if there's a Moon Pearl on Pyramid, I'm done. It's a big key. Okay, that's fine.
I can just see it now. Moon Pearl and Pyramid, both commentators disconnecting, and the race goes on with no commentary.
Or the race just goes to the thank you for watching screen, inexplicably. They'll be like, tune in next time to see who made it. So Dapper's going to just walk around here. Fire Rod is not considered logical access to the Dark World through Castle Tower. You do need a lamp to do that.
Yeah, something about there not being torches in several rooms.
So Moon Pearl can't be in the Dark World unless it's just freestanding, like in Peg Cave or something. And I would be surprised to see anything of value here. Nope.
I would have laughed if Moon Pearl was there on Johnny.
Yes, but then you have to find out how you're supposed to get to Johnny.
Well, at that point, that basically tells you there's a connector either in the pod entrance or in the Dark Flute 5. Or there'd have been a lamp.
Well, I'm sure Dixon would like a lamp right about now, but I'm pretty sure he just rescued an old man in the dark. Did we see where the mountain spawn is yet?
Yeah, the front of Old Mountain Spawn is up at Dark Death Mountain bottom.
Danny MEP.
I mean, I think you at least have checked Eastern. Check this for your big key before you go.
Yeah, if you're going to go into Eastern, you're going to save and quit out of Eastern. But you're going to Zora regardless here. Oh, we've got that big key out of Desert. We might as well take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So Dapper's going to show us what Lambelis holds today. With exactly no magic.
Hey, that's an important item on Zora.
Is it now?
Yeah.
What would you say it is?
My walking stick.
It's your walking stick. I have several questions, Zeke.
I would like Danny to give it back, please.
First, you have to explain how Zora came into the possession of your walking stick.
Well, it got stolen from me by a friend of ours who then sold it to Zora for a book.
By the way, Desert's a crystal, if you haven't already noticed, via the C on Dapper's screen.
I love that map change.
Feels like it was forever ago that we implemented that change.
We implemented at the same time as the compass reveal bosses change, and that was one of the best changes ever made.
Oh, now wait a minute. We're going to see Crystal Roller from Danny.
I mean, he did pull a TR big key from the back of Escape.
So we saw VGF Taylor bomb. We saw one of the two members of Acai bomb jump to the big chest earlier. And now we're actually going to see a legitimate check of Crystal Roller for absolutely nothing.
I mean, they got this check too, mind you.
Did they?
Yeah.
Ah.
Because I remember
Well, now it's
distinctly
in logic.
I distinctly remember one of them going to the Death Warp off that Crystal Roller.
Hey, Dixon
Meanwhile,
thinks EP is dippable, and I agree.
I mean, we're kind of running low on options.
Have we seen the front of TR yet? Because this could be
Oh,
Danny's
no.
trip.
Dapper died to Lambo.
Yeah. When you go in with... I'm not going to lie to you. The Hammer Lambo fight is not easy. You think Bow Lambo is hard? Hammer's actually almost worse.
Still not my favorite way to fight Landmo.
You burn a Lambo?
No. Samaria.
Remembering there is a little bit of extra magic just hanging out here. That's good to know.
That muscle memory.
Yeah, sometimes you just... Why did I do that? You ever have 10 bombs and go pick up an 8 bomb just because it's there?
I mean, yes.
It's like, I gotta have it, I gotta have it, I gotta have it.
We respect bombs in this household.
I mean... Hey, look, there's the dam sitting in the... That's a weird spot for a dam, isn't it?
In the desert?
In the desert. And there goes Lanmo, and Lanmo has a key. Chat asking us how the winner is determined in this particular mode. Being co-op reference, it is the average time of both players having finished their seed in the race room, where the faster average time will be declared the victor, and this being a Game 5 will win the series.
Mm-hmm. It's sometimes easy to just think about it as the team with the lowest combined total.
Sometimes. Question I have is, where is the front of this turtle rock? Because I don't think we've seen it yet. Oh. Chat asking about in-team communication. Yes, in-team communication, but not screen sharing. They can information share, they can use a shared tracker, but they cannot see what the other player is doing. Yeah. They are in a voice call on the League server. And we saw the Moon Pearl somewhere. Where did we see that?
On which player?
Oh, it's... Oh, VGF Taylor found it underwater. That is one wet Moon Pearl.
That's a place for a Moon Pearl, all right.
It sure is. And again, that's one of those places you're kind of disincentivized to go to, being kind of a blocked off entrance in the desert here. So again, that Mitt was at first going to be an advantage for Acai, and now they have the Moon Pearl first. That's a little scary. Although Danny just stepped out in the desert. And finds Hookshot Cave. I don't believe Danny Music can hover, so we're only going to see this one check.
I mean, yeah, I don't think Danny can hover. Can any of these players hover, do you know?
I don't know.
I don't think the Amish Paradise team can hover, but I'm not certain about the other two. Unfortunately, Hookshot Cave is going to take Danny away from the floodgate.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Because that's a spot that's going to stay isolated on... Oh, this is getting a little scary for Dapper Wormman, as yet another boss has a say on him today.
Moth is rude.
And we find out it just goes to Village of Outcasts, so Danny's going to just reverse this Hookshot Cave. And probably having a glove, this actually makes sense to go back through the desert and down and around. So far, Dixon, the only player to take down Mothula.
And this is convenient for Danny because he can just route the Moon Pearl in supernaturally because he has to check the entrances on this where Dixon's going through right now.
Yeah, Dixon is going to go ahead and pick up his Moon Pearl, and Danny is going to go through Desert Fairy Farming Cave and pick up his Moon Pearl and convey that to Dapper, who's going to be like, oh, thank God I can stop throwing myself at bosses. Although he's going to go pick up his Cane of Samaria.
I can see Dapper making the Eastern dive.
Chat asking, is Danny seriously the only one with a bow yet? As a matter of fact, yeah. Danny has found 2 bows. They were in the same room in Ganon's tower and are still not in logic.
Yeah, we need a hookshot for that.
Well, you also need to bunny walk to Dark Lumberjack for that.
I'm going with the full logic that we know because we do know the Moon Pearl.
Right, the Moon Pearl, but you also still need to be able to get to it, which the game will ask you to have a hookshot. It's very easy to do without a hookshot.
Hey, now Dapper does 1 heart of damage.
He does 1 heart of damage?
Well, he's a red guard now.
You mean that Zeke, you just downgraded him to 4 hits with the fighter sword. He's got 5 hearts. All right, red mail, always a welcome addition to the arsenal, even if it's not necessarily a required addition to the arsenal, taking the damage already have by blue mail by another half. We are going to see the front of Skullwoods for VGF Taylor. No big keys and no big chest. A little bit of love. It's Danny's turn to have a shot at the Moth. Dapper's going to go ahead and finish what we saw Dixon do in the Eastern Palace, which was not very lucrative.
You're already committed to the play. Even though you know where the Moon Pearl is, you're already committed to going through here. Because by the time Danny found Moon Pearl, Dapper was already at, I believe, the big chest room. From the bottom half.
Yeah, and even in this mode in Retrance, that small key in Skullwoods is still a small key. Even though it goes to any door now.
Actually makes it more valuable than before.
Yeah, it definitely makes it worth it to go get it. Especially if you get dropped down in the wrong spot.
Careful, Danny.
Danny's sitting at 2 hearts and just squishes. By the way, that's a hook shot. That puts the bows in logic. And, you know, the rest of the left side of GT at that point.
Oh, gross. That's a dark potion.
Which is very easily gotten to having the flippers.
That puts GT as a whole in logic.
It does indeed, and that's kind of scary. For all of nothing behind it, but a total of 27 checks therein, of which we already know 7. Is this Danny's trip up the castle?
I think so.
And Dapper's probably going to go ahead and go Dark World from Cac then, I think. No, he spawns at Link's house, so he...
He's going for his Moon Pearl, Ruby.
Well, right. This is not how you get to your Moon Pearl. What? Yeah, he realized very quickly that something had gone wrong here.
Oh, hey, this is a screen you don't see outside of Entrance Rando.
Now, typically we refer to this as the Dark Shopping Mall, thanks to a bias that used to exist in the entrance randomizing algorithm. Say that 5 times fast.
I thought that had to do with the fact that there's 2 shops here in the normal game, isn't there?
Is there?
Pretty sure.
Because I also like to put shops here in entrance. There's the other end of... Oh no! VGF Taylor about to chase Dixon out the door. And find himself over here. Which, you know, they can kind of diverge paths now if they really wanted to. Yeah, Dixon's going to S&Q. Which is, if you haven't heard, S&Q is a major glitch, so this isn't the vanilla community, thankfully. BGF Taylor about to find his hookshot.
Well,
Danny,
I mean, he knew where it was.
He's about to go get his hookshot. Don't be like this. It's my job. Alrighty then. We have... That's right, because mitts are just there, this gives Acai a lot more ground to really cover in a short period of time.
It does.
That's really not ideal. I wonder how long it's going to take for Amish Paradise to make it up to the Dark Potion Shop as well. Dapper remembering, hey, this Bombos medallion may come in handy.
And also, we haven't checked Shovel. We should probably check that.
We have seen Shovel. As a matter of fact, VGF Taylor showed us it's the Master Sword.
Speaking as Amish Paradise.
Ah, okay. Yeah, there's a Shovel. And that will be a welcome offensive upgrade for both Dapper and Danny. Although a welcome access upgrade in the way of a key that opens only one chest.
Dapper should probably check this while he's here too.
Ah, yes, the big chest of Desert Palace. A key that was sitting in a place where only Dapper could get it at the time is just $20.
There's the bottom exit of Death Mountain Descent Cave.
All this we've already done, and we still haven't seen ourselves a lamp. But this hookshot's going to give VGF Taylor a look at the right side of Death Mountain. We've seen the bumper exit. I'm sure we've seen that already, but we've seen it again.
And Dapper's going to go get his bows. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the hookshot, but...
You know, that doesn't really... He's going to go right side, Zeke.
Well, he knows the bows are here. He'll probably get them.
He might go both. He might go and warp out of the right side with a stolen key and just go down left. Dixon has picked up the frog. Of course, we can't take the frog home without a mirror in this case. Or, you know, just saving and quitting back to Kakariko.
Hey, it's one of your favorite caves we just saw.
Which one?
Spike Cave.
That's... You are delusional. Here's another one of my favorite caves, a mini mold room cave. Was our first look at MMC?
There's the cape. There's the ice rod.
Yikes.
So, Mini Mold Cave looks pretty useful. And required.
Well, chat can't check the... Danny cannot check the shovel while he's in Dark World. You need to be in the Light World to get the dig spot. Was that a non-intentional death from Dapper?
It might have been.
Does Dapper not know the bonks? Oh, VGF Taylor, don't scare me like that!
What, did he hover over delete?
He cursored over delete, yeah.
Oh, he's going for tile room. Okay. And he's a man after my own heart, throwing boomerangs at tiles instead of just, standing around and dodging.
That's right. We've seen Hype Cave. Have we seen what's in the back of Hype Cave?
No, because we found it as Bunny.
And we see that it is exactly as it says on the tin, to the minus 100th exponent.
As I told one of my friends in their stream the other day, I rate this Hype Cave out of 10. We're sawing logs with that Hype Cave. Hey, look, the pod entrance.
Well, we appear to have lost Dixon's stream. We'll get that back as soon as we can, I suppose. Because we'd like to see what's going on for both players in Acai, which isn't entirely comprised of EGF Taylor farming for Zora money to buy his cane.
Life advice for those who want to get into playing entrance randomizer and or inverted. Learn your arrow game.
All right, this game and I are not friends tonight.
Unfortunately, we did not see what was on Smith's.
Fortunately, Dixon remembers there's a sword on the shovel.
Those bows are killing me. I liked that missed bonk that was sent Dapper directly into the pit. That was really funny.
I hate those.
At least it was at the top, so it was less time-consuming and more funny.
Dapper going to show us everything else we need to know about this Ganon's Tower, like how map chest is usually useless.
There's a map to GT.
No, it's $5, actually. $5 map to GT. Take it or leave it.
I wouldn't buy it for one. Here's Swamp Palace. There's an Eastern Big Key in it.
Sure. I'm not sure how I feel about it, though. That's an Eastern kid. I thought Dixon was just kind of stuck on it, thinking about it, but his stream's frozen again. Chat, all 4 players should have flippers, because flippers were just on Bottle Merchant.
And randomizer room. That's having good prizes for us.
There's a lamp. Dapper's about to learn that this is actually in logic. And that's the Quake Medallion that opens up the Mire entrance.
So suddenly, we've got a lot of things and no big keys to finish dungeons with. Rather, the dungeons we've already finished.
Right. One of the things I'm really kind of I'm sketched out. Oh, no. All right, that one's not required by any means, but it's still probably nicer to have it than not.
Hey, Ruv.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Between the two teams, we're missing mostly entrances and possibly the Pod Big Key and Mire Big Key.
That does appear to track correctly. It depends on where our last 2 pendants lie. Of course, it's a little easier for us. We can actually look at 4 different things happening at one time, where these guys only get to look at one and hear another. And VGF Taylor is going straight for Trinex. And Dapper Wordman is going straight for Armos Knights.
It's everyone's favorite musical, Armos on Ice.
The thing that scares me a little bit about this one is Dapper just drained his wallet on the Armos Knights. And this is a hammer Trinex for VGF Taylor. Where have we seen this before?
Our co-op entrance practice with Amish Paradise the other day.
That was a cursed seed, and you know it.
I mean, the other option was I could have said was my pilot spoilers seed the other day too. So
All right, now
most of
Taylor,
Swordless
please
Week.
be careful. Taylor, please be careful. Ah, okay, he's good.
Yeah.
Genuine shriek of terror when Trinex's neck came out to try to take a bite out of Taylor. Oh my god. Taylor, stop! I can only handle so much. Trinex is a red crystal, so this is a good get for Acai. Meanwhile, Dapper Wormman's going back into... Are we going up? No, he's getting his hook shot. That was GT. No, GT's on the other side.
That Trinex has you confused.
The Trinex has me feeling quite dead.
You know what else is dead?
Trinex. Blue apparently is somewhere. Flute is apparently in Swamp Palace, according to our tracker. By the way, again, shout-outs to our trackers tonight. Lady Laura Linda and Maidwalk Herd killing it all season long.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Where
one of
would we
those
be
two
without
dungeons. Probably blind and confused, like I often am anyway.
Sudden Argus.
That sounds like a nightmare. Also, chat pointing out we've seen another map check that tells us Misery Mire is a pendant.
Okay, so suddenly we are possibly... We need Eastern Palace cleared ASAP.
We might be... I mean...
We might be in Ice Palace from Go mode.
Wait a minute. We are now hearing that Eastern is a pendant. Because we know Ice Palace is a crystal. It means we're pod big from no mode right now.
Yeah.
What? That happened fast.
We're missing one other tiny thing right now, Ruby.
Kind of, maybe, sort of, maybe, what?
Ice Palace.
Ice Palace. You know, I'm gonna say it so you don't have to. Ice Palace is blocked by the mirror in the last check of GT.
Oh.
Cheers, mate.
I was just gonna say it was gonna be in Big Bomb.
I mean, Big Bomb's just available. Is Big Bomb not just available right now?
Oh, it is.
I mean,
But
Amish
it's a very
Paradise
long way to get to it.
Amish Paradise needs to find the mini Moldworm cave that VGF Taylor got rewarded in. Chat's asking if we've seen Pedestal. Well, we got to see a book before we can read.
Do you want to see Pedestal?
Maybe in the credits.
Where was the Swamp Big Key?
The Swamp Big Key was standing on its own somewhere. Swamp Big Key was in the... Oh, God. Let's see, Danny has it, so it's somewhere Danny's been that Dapper hasn't.
Meanwhile, Dixon, having not found that bow yet, is giving us a Mimic Clip. One buffered Mimic Clip.
Trackers are telling us the Swamp Big Key was on Stumpy. So, that blocks the Eastern Big Key, which Eastern we see now as a pendant.
No, it doesn't. It blocks the Ice Big Key.
It is the Ice Big Key. The Eastern Big Key is just in the front of Swamp, that's right. The Ice Big Key, Ice is a crystal. So this pendant dive is logical. Well, it's not, but, you know. No, because we haven't seen Skullwood's Big yet.
What do we need Skullwood's Big for?
Our tracker is saying it's possible that Stumpy was a Skullwood's Big, but we haven't seen Skullwood's Big, or they would have checked it.
Danny checked Skullwood's Big. It was $20.
See, now I'm so very confused.
I happened to notice it while Taylor was fighting Trinex.
You want a maelstrom of confusion? Yeah, these 4 players on the screen, you should probably give them a follow. Because I guarantee you, at the outset, they might look confused, but they are certainly less confused than we are. So make sure you give some love to Dixon, VGF Taylor of Acai, and also their third teammate, Tony T. Young. Dapper Wormman and Danny Music of Amish Paradise. Their third teammate, Zero Nix, who's hanging out in chat with us tonight.
And I'd like to give a big welcome to the 117 people joining us from SpeedGaming 1.
That would be SpeedGaming 6, Zeke. Which, you know...
I can't read.
Well, if we find the Book of Medora, I'll let you know.
Fine. I'm sorry, SpeedGaming 6 friends. I called out the wrong number. Please forgive me.
You know what? SpeedGaming 1 through 6, it doesn't matter. We're all parts of the same family. We all love to see what we like to see here on these network channels. Tonight, we are seeing A Link to the Past Randomizers Open League Conference Semifinals Game 5. The final Game 5 series finisher between Acai and Amish Paradise. 2 other series went to Game 5. The last series was a sweep by Saha's Kids, which, watch out, because they're pretty good.
Yeah, any invitational player should watch out. Wait.
Well, I mean,
That's us.
This is a game to decide who moves up to Invitational in Season 6 and who goes home. Zeke Hyman on the call with me. There's the big... Excuse me, game! We're in no mode.
Why is that French vanilla again?
We are in no mode.
Okay, for a moment I actually thought that... And now we can read. For a moment I thought that the big key was in the same chest that it was for our practice.
We just need a big key. Not a big key. We need an Ice Palace entrance, and that's it. That's all we need to know. We're in item no mode right now with that big key to pod just sitting where it is. And Acai does not know where their bows are. And it might be a little bit still before they go find it. Where is GT? GT is at the Dark Lumberjack.
We do know one other thing that might be needed. We're running out of entrances.
Alright, so you may still need a mirror. We do have the medallion that opens both the Misery Mire entrance with knowledge of how to get to Misery Mire and the Turtle Rock entrance, but not the means to get to the top of the mountain. Oh, and Dapper picks up that big key. And Dapper is out of Dark Maze to pick up whatever is in this big chest, which is just a map.
Not even a good map.
The most amazing map. Seen the green pendant turned in. Nothing doing there.
That's a map that tends to hurt me more than it does help me.
I'll say that map definitely helped me, and it was the last time it was ever meant to help anybody in the situation that it did. And I still would offer Chelsea a rematch. That's a good question, Zeke. Where are our swords at? We started with 1. We found 1. 1's going to take any somewhere. And 1 is still in the main item pool. What gives?
Would you like joke answer 1, joke answer 2, or my serious guess?
D, all of the above.
Which one do you like first?
Go down the line.
Okay. Pre-Moldrum chest, pedestal, and I'm going to go with on Vitreous.
Pre-Moldrum chest and pedestal, but take any sword? Question mark.
GT entrance.
Oh. Swords and GT climb is a guess from chat. Thanks, I hate it.
I did just jokingly suggest that. You hated it then, too. And we're getting Hammer Argus.
Oh, boy. Menu boss in non-swordless. It's kind of par with doing the fighter sword spins. Honestly, it might almost be faster depending on how good you are at fighter sword spins.
If you can consistently get the double spin on 2 puffs at once, it's faster to do double spins. But only if you're consistent.
And sometimes Argus just doesn't want to play nice. Like he might just creep forward once and then.
Be careful, Danny.
Danny's in blue mail. He can take another hit.
Yeah, I don't care. Be careful.
I mean, okay. Dixon is putting that flute to use here, and I have to wonder if Acai has... I mean, they've seen Hera, right? They both picked up mitts. They have the hook shot. When do you go back to Hera? Simultaneous boss kill for Amish Paradise.
I mean, if you can gamble and swing it, that Tower of Hera is your last dungeon, you do it. Because Tower of Hera is next to the pig.
That's true. That's very true. That is 4 crystals. Excuse me, that is 3 crystals and a green pendant for Danny Music, and 3 crystals for Dapper Wormman. So by dungeon metrics, they are clearly ahead right now, but it all comes down to where that ice palace is, and how long it takes for Acai to locate Ganon's tower.
Because the bow is hard required in this seed. No ifs, ands, or bows.
Yeah, no, absolutely bows.
Missing 2 bows.
No, both bows in the same room. We are going to see this mire entrance checked by Dapper Wormman. If the door behind here appears to be extra blue, you're either in Ice Rod Cave or Ice Palace.
We found Ice Rod Cave. It could be good bee cave.
Could be good Ice Bee Cave, Rod Cave. It is the Bomb Hut.
Okay. So what does that leave us for places? Have we found a way to the top of Dark Death Mountain without the mitts?
I don't remember.
Because if we have, we would have found it as a bunny and didn't have a glove to get to Hookshot Cave entrance.
Cat is calling for the Pyramid Fairy entrance. You know, I think that's what Danny Music is doing. So here we go. No, Danny Music is fighting Trinex.
What you just said.
Oh, okay.
How about
Chat's
the
asking.
desert entrance?
Could be the desert entrance if you have a mirror or a book. Wait, where did we get the book?
Harmless Hellway?
Oh, okay. That's not the desert entrance. How delightful. Chat asking what we're looking for. Both players on Amish Paradise, I think, are scouring the world searching for Ice Palace, as that is the last thing that they know that they need to do to finish this seed.
No, there is one other tiny thing they haven't found yet.
What else haven't they found, my friend?
I'd like you to look at Dapper Wormman's sword.
Oh, yeah. That's a thing.
They haven't shoveled up a sword yet.
That's actually not great for Amish Paradise. Because if you continue to put that shovel off forever and ever, when are you going to find another sword? Dixon's going into Hera with intent to clear. And I don't believe there was anything of value in the big chest, so this isn't going to hurt at all. So that requires Acai to know where Ganon's tower is. I don't think either player has run up there.
No, neither play. They've done the North Dark World stuff, I know, at least, except for that, because I know that somebody went across the top.
We may be in the... Oop, go on.
But I don't think any of them went up to Dark Lumberjack.
We may be in the conference semifinals of the Open League, but believe me, I would not say there's any risk of Master Sword Silverlist for any of these players. I wouldn't call that a risk anyway. We're talking about two of the best teams in the entire Open League this season. Oh, here's the Ice Rod for Dapper, by the way.
Well, yeah, he knows, but that's why he came up here, because Danny told him about it.
I sure hope so in co-op. And this is also a thing. It's just heart container. Well, it's a full heart container. It's filled by a piece of heart. Alright, so you have to feel like VGF Taylor is about to walk into Ganon's tower. And here it is. Ganon's tower for Acai. And a piece of love on the pedestal. So, hey, the net came back in just in time for y'all to see it and be like, okay, this is a boring seed. Next, please.
This is anything but boring, Roof. This is a tense race.
This is a crazy race. This race could go pretty much anywhere right now, from where we stand.
The biggest outstanding question. How vital are the mitts?
I'd be a little bit worried about them being something. But I don't know if I'd be that worried about them being something at this point, Zeke. Hello, muscle memory, my old friend. I've come to steal your key again. Don't let me sing.
I think there is one entrance mitts locked right now.
Which would be the TR entrance?
TR main.
And we don't have the means to get up there because we haven't found a mirror. So the question isn't whether or not the TR main entrance is the answer. The question is, where's the mirror? How long is it going to take for someone to do Bomb Shop? Where was the pod? Pod Big was just in Pod.
Yeah, Pod Big was quite literally in Dark Maze, in Pod, next to the big chest.
Sadly, we've seen the Ice Palace entrance checked already by Acai, since they're the ones with the mitts.
Yeah, Taylor had it while doing flipper area checks.
Did that ice head just absorb a fire rod shot?
Would you doubt this game doing that?
No, I'm just aghast that it happens at all. At first I was questioning whether or not Taylor was trying to do that. Now I'm not so sure.
He's having trouble with the corner walk to avoid the star switches.
By the way, Danny is turning in this red bomb.
Probably a good thing to do. You are, after all, looking for one Ice Palace.
This will tell us if this is all that we need. What's in our inventory right now could be all that they need, because there could just be a sorted Ice Palace. And if there's not, then you hate to see it, because they have to find a sword. By the way, Spike Cave being checked for Dixon. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see what's in there.
Well, it wasn't a sword.
Okay. Spike Cave was a fairy, we're being told.
Dapper, are you going into the basement?
It's Mimic Cave sitting at the Pyramid Fairy. This could still be big.
It could be the mirror.
Exactly. It is nothing.
It's a quiver refill.
Yes. Has anyone checked Sick Kid yet?
No.
Oh boy.
There's
We're
one
down
other
to
tiny thing in play, which will be in play for Dixon and Taylor soon as well. There's a pendant we can go clear.
yeah. There's an Eastern Palace you can go to. We haven't seen the Meyer entrance yet either.
Dapper did at Meyer entrance.
No, I mean like Meyer as in Meyer itself.
It's probably up on Death Mountain. Blocked by Mirror.
And Danny is going directly into Eastern looking for the mirror. Yes, Misery Mire is in fact a pendant. However, having not seen the dungeon, could still have progression there in the dungeon. Except it really can't. I mean,
we're kind of looking for
a
an
sword?
entrance.
It could be a sword in Mire.
That's a really neat explosion freeze frame on this freeze.
You know, explosions are just peach rings in disguise. Oh no.
Oh
Acai
no.
taking the death. The Ice Armor was getting the better of VGF Taylor.
He's gonna feel real upset here in a moment now. Hey, do we get to do Sadness Clock again?
I think the Sadness Clock is broken. The hour hand is moving backwards as we speak. How about you go get your bows like a normal person? That's so rude!
Dapper pulls the mitts.
Dapper pulls the mitts. That's good and bad for Amish Paradise because the mitts haven't led to anything for us yet. Danny is going to go ahead and finish this entire Eastern. Did we not see the big key check from Dapper when he went in?
I think Dapper may have taken a death.
It's just bombs. See, now with knowledge of the mitts, this is a thing.
Taylor's taking his bows and leaving.
We just saw the sick kid check. Sick key. Got it. Key kid. Zeke, it's pointing more and more to me like you need to go up GT.
Yeah.
We also do have Powder that's not checked yet. The only player that has it at this point is Dapper.
Right. What are your thoughts on Yarmouth Knights, but not on ice?
Boring, lame, seen it 200 million times. 0 out of 10. Yawn O'Clock. Dixon getting the Desert Big, that is one of those pieces that he needs to finish. And we'll get $300 out of the pyramid hole there. As Mimic Cave. VGF Taylor going to go somewhere. Where's Dapper going?
Dark Death Mountain?
Via the mitts, yeah. Those two entrances. Did we see those from Acai?
Oh, he's coming over here for the Spike Cave entrance, because...
Oh.
Amish. Because I was like, I know they got there from somehow earlier, because we saw the bottom of Dark Death Mountain Cave.
Ooh, we double tapped the cape and took a death in Spike Cave. Ouch.
We're back in swamp left side.
Left side kind of has to be at this point, doesn't it? I'm saying Dixon's going to go into GT, get his bows. Dixon did left side. Dixon did left side swamp. Okay, because we were losing frames on his side, so we didn't see it in real time. But if left side was the answer, we'd know by now then.
GT climb's looking pretty likely to me.
I feel like Dixon would climb GT after this, as they don't really have much left. Everything on the line in this Game 5 between Amish Paradise and Acai. For Acai going up 2-1, having a Game 4 that was so close. And the last 4 players on the screen right now. Hello, everybody. You're watching the final conference semifinals game of the week for Link to the Past Open Randomizer League Season 5. We've seen this, right? Paradox top goes out to... Oh. I don't remember seeing that. Okay, this is dark. It's logical.
The connector.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, no. Okay, this is the... We've seen the other side of this, though.
I've seen the other side of this. So this can't be anything. And Taylor agrees he's going to save and quit. No? Yes? No? Taylor said no. Yeah, Taylor said no to the lamp. That is true. I should quietly
Taylor
point out,
just left after bows.
all right, so the rest of this is going to be Dixon's jurisdiction, I guess. That's not funny.
I was about to say jurisdiction. That's even less funny.
Danny, you don't need... Danny, you have a full half magic meter. You don't need the full magic. We've seen what either player's teams have already done here. So now it's just... Acai going to Hera. Dixon's already cleared Hera without the big key. Taylor will do it with the big key and have knowledge of an item that we don't necessarily need.
This looks like a GT climb for Danny.
I feel like it would kind of have to be at this point.
You know all those things we found in Swamp?
Yeah.
None of them are required.
Yeah, that's true. The flute is nice to have, but not necessarily something that unlocked anything for us in the logic.
Dixon saving quits probably do pod before going to the...
Yeah, likely. We're going to see Acai kind of double back on each other's footsteps. One will probably go to Desert, the other to Eastern, and try to clean up dungeons that the other one hasn't fully cleared yet. Danny's going to have to be careful here. 2 hearts coming out of Mimics too.
He does have a cape in his active item slot.
Yes, he's going to be more careful than not, and honestly, oh my goodness, that's scary. That's so scary. As soon as you item, the cape comes off. Okay. You can't see it, but those pegs actually go underneath the little ledges there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what was so scary about it. When he accidentally flipped them again from the opposite side, on the outside looking in, he was going to have to make some pretty serious maneuvers to get out of harm's way.
That second fairy just didn't care, did it?
No, it really didn't. All right, that's another crystal for VGF Taylor. Off the to-do list. Fighter Sword Climb, though. How do you feel about this, Zeke?
It's more than I've had some seats.
You just bow only climb.
Yeah.
You've had that, right? I've had that. Yeah. You haven't lived until you've done a bow only climb for your Misery Mire big key to go to Pendant Mire to get your Moon Pearl out of the big chest. That felt like good and a half. At least you have a hook shot to do that. Luckily, the seat's nowhere near that rude. Luckily.
It's given us most of the toys we want to play with.
That Zazek literally just like Matrix dodged that fire rod shot.
Several times.
Alright. Well, luckily, that's all we need to do going up to Landmo here. Alright, VGF Taylor headed back into Skullwoods with the big key. If you're rooting for Amish Paradise, you want this to be a sword or something that just kind of goes off the path for Acai in the Skullwoods Big Chest, because I don't think we've seen that checked for Amish Paradise at all. It's just $20.
Danny had this big key. So.
Okay, Danny has this big key. Got it.
Because I remember Danny opening that box.
What happens when you're trying to put your eyes on 4 screens at once and then relying on tracking software that, even if the tracker clicks on it, decides what it wants you to see?
I would like to thank T Sigma for making it work better, but technology is never perfect.
See, even our tracker missed the fact that Danny had the Swamp Palace big key. So apparently, shame on all of us for not paying close enough attention. I don't know. Oh, Skullwoods big key. Got it. I mean, I still get the two mixed up all the time. By the way, Dapper Warman's going for round 2 against Mothula here. And Danny's showing us nothing in Mini Helmet Room. Mini Moldarm Room, huh?
I thought that was somewhere downstairs.
It's definitely somewhere. The mirrors in pre-Moldorm chest! And there could still be a sword in this final check of... I was 1 check off. Oh, Danny doesn't even want to look at it. Danny's like, alright, I'm done. I gotta find it. I just gotta go find it.
This shovel check is going to take them forever to get to. And Mothula is not letting Dapper breathe.
I mean, that's fine. We don't have to let Moth breathe either. Or he can breathe fire.
Dapper had to drink his potion.
Okay. Still.
At least he remembered his potion.
I feel called out. And we take down the Moth. That is our 5th crystal for Dapper Warman. Actually, that's our 6th crystal for Dapper. So all it is now is that Amish Paradise just needs to find this Ice Palace, wherever it happens to be. And Danny Music's going straight for the top of Hyrule Castle here.
Understandably.
Meanwhile, Acai's not too far behind. They're starting to clean up some dungeons they need to clear, and VGF Taylor is quietly climbing, already headed to Landmo 2.
I think Danny's hoping to find the Takeny Cave along the way.
I mean, that's a reasonable call to make. When you haven't seen one sword, a sword is bound to be in your path somewhere. And don't you even think about wondering if these players can handle a Master Sword Ganon fight. Believe me, none of us would be here at this level if we couldn't. Well, there's the keep opening up the Pyramid Fairy. And that's a key in the Pyramid Fairy. That's always good.
Especially since Danny had 0.
It does rule out the Take Any Sword being up here, however. And in fact, nothing is up here. Dapper going for his climb now.
I mean, Mirror. At this point, it's required.
Yeah, absolutely.
This looks like it might be a play to go to Mimic Cave. Maybe?
I mean, yeah.
Oh no, this is probably Danny's trip to Meyer area just because he doesn't have those bits.
Oh my god, VGF Taylor just took a 1.0 death on the Crumble Bridge.
Oh no.
Oh, that is painful. Oh.
Hyrule Castle was floating island.
Ew. That's the top of the mountain. We have Paradox Top. We have Turtle Rock now. Danny, check it. It could be a sword, man. It could be a sword. Oh, Danny.
I don't think he cares about sword right now. The one thing he doesn't have, though...
Get back.
Those
No.
could be swords!
So, he wants Ice Palace before finding a sword. Where do you look for a sword if you have 7 crystals and no sword? Actual question he asked. Where do you look for a sword if you have 7 crystals and no sword?
I don't know.
This is the Hera entrance for Danny Music.
Please be to take any sword.
Or Ice Palace. Give me Ice Palace even. Oh, it's the library. Will it take a heart? All right, VGF Taylor back into the climb. Oh boy. Danny, the game is dodge the Lionel, not hug the Lionel.
Right. But they look so fluffy!
Believe me, they burn like fire. They'll rip your arms off. Anyway, it's gruesome, actually. It's bombs and a key. It's super funny. You have to mirror back and get the... he can't even do TR entrance. He never went to get mitts. Oh, no. If this is TR entrance, this is actually turning into not good for Amish Paradise. Although, the sword situation already notwithstanding here. VGF Taylor remembering that Josh
That's
Berry's
the
Arthur.
wrong dungeon!
It is, in fact, the wrong dungeon. Did we not see these? Why would you do these from here? Oh boy. I feel like we need to get Meyer area into consideration next year.
By Meyer area, do you mean Checkerboard Cave?
Yeah.
Do you have enough time, Dapper? Do you have enough time?
I told you, our hand on the sadness clock has been moving in reverse. Oh, this is actually... Oh. If you've got the lamp, this is a good time to start using it.
He was using the lamp, but he misstepped and ended up running out of time.
You're actually accidentally... Oh, here's Bumper. Is this it? No, it's the other side of Super Bunny! Oh. Chat is asking if we have seen the Mimic Cave entrance. No, that's why I was questioning why Danny would go into the drop down on the left if you haven't even done TR Bridge. Dapper, I have to feel like you check validation here. I don't like calling it that, but at this point, a sword there would definitely feel it, wouldn't it?
Please check the Moldworm chest.
He's gonna... Yeah, he's... You know what? Meanwhile, Graveyard Ledge. Taylor is back at Lambo 2. Graveyard Ledge is Long Fairy Cave.
What mirror checks do we have left? We have 3 mirror checks left.
Checkerboard, K45, and Mimic Cave. That's it. Turtle Rock? Turtle Rock is not a mirror... Yeah, it is kind of a mirror check.
Okay, 4. I'm sorry, I forgot about Mimic Cave.
I guess the final check of Galen's Tower does not exist tonight. You forgot about Mimic Cave? We've been talking about it.
I'm not good at memory.
Hello.
I think Dapper's being sent to do TR entrance.
Zeke the goldfish.
Hi.
This could also be Dapper being sent to do... Well, I thought he might flute, but he doesn't have the flute. Oh, Taylor is back down to 2 hearts. This is what happened last time, where Taylor was knocked down, hit, and then hit again. Luckily, gets through this time. No, we're good. See? Chat would start saying Taylor's panicking here. Taylor is, believe me, he knows he needs to get up here at this point. I'm pretty sure this is the last location for Acai. He's being sent to do checkerboard here, which absolutely you go check checkerboard here.
Hey, Danny, check the shovel.
If he sees Ice Palace, he's not checking nothing. It's not here either. We've actually seen this. We've seen Acai come out here. Danny is going to flute away. No. Amish Paradise needs a sword for Go and an Ice Palace entrance, and they haven't found the Ice Palace, and they've been dodging the only other known sword all game. BGF Taylor sees the mirror and continues on.
Please, Taylor, what is in?
And saves and mirrors. And says, wait a minute, I don't need this. We're in no mode. We just need to find Ice Palace. Here is the Mimic Cave entrance for Danny Music. Is this the droid we are looking for? It is not. And that means
your mitts, Danny.
Danny 100% needs his mitts. Because that's Ice Palace and Turtle Rock's main entrance. Because there's nothing left. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a sword in that Ice Palace sitting up there at Turtle Rock. There has to be at this point. There's physically nothing left in the game that isn't Mire.
These two are probably the worst dead rocks in the game.
Oh god, the one that stays up on this top side is just terrible.
Ice Palace. If this isn't Ice Palace, we've all lost our minds.
It has to be. There's nothing left.
I guess the other joke I can make is if this isn't Ice Palace, then we have to do major glitches to get her to Ice Palace.
In which case, I'd let you take over coaching both teams how to do that. And here, it's the take any sword. So what?
Where
is it? Back of Skull Woods? What have we not done? Also, that's huge. That is huge for Amish Paradise.
Oh! It's the center ledge.
It is? Oh, is it? Is it the top of Fairy Ascension? That is go mode for Amish Paradise at 136.14. How did we not? You know, I was wondering why Danny dropped left. It's because no one had dropped center. It didn't matter. I think if you drop center there instead of dropping left, it's always personal habit. Whatever you prefer to route as a cross keys player. But if you have a mirror and you're going to drop left when you're going to check the TR ledge anyway, I feel like you always drop center. That's a personal opinion. If they had done that, this race is over already.
So Dapper is going through Ice Palace. Do you check checks on your path looking for the last sword?
I almost feel like you have to.
Or in this case, for the two of them, either of the two swords.
Well, you found the take any sword. So you know there's two swords out there in the pool somewhere. You just don't know where the last two swords are. Now, we know one is on the shovel. Amish Paradise does not know that. So at this point, a sword is an advantage for Amish Paradise if VGF Taylor and Dixon find Ice Palace first. Also, we've lost Dixon's feed for quite some time now.
Chat has let us know one thing. Dixon also mirrored from the mirror without checking Moldrum 2.
Oof. Say, the world may never know. Why does everyone dodge Fairy Ascension? I don't know. I don't. That's why I'm confused.
That's a sword.
Sword and Ice Palace? That's
Sword and Ice Palace.
That's all Danny Music needs to hear. He will literally go mode Ice going down to Cold Stare. He needs to not die in Circle of Pots here first. Yikes. Be careful, Danny. Okay, he's got it.
Okay.
Keeping in mind that Acai also both need to climb Castle Tower before they can finish as well.
This has been a seed, Roof.
This has been a series. This entire series has been a series. It's been up and down the entire way through. For both sides, it's been so much fun.
I mean, this team gave Danny Music his first loss of the season.
Yes, they did. And I said it last year, I'm not sleeping on Acai. And if you are in the Open League and you are expecting to play in Season 6 and Amish Paradise wins this race tonight, don't sleep on Acai. These three are scary. Scary good. And if Amish Paradise beats Acai and I say Acai scary good, what does that say for Amish Paradise?
That you and I need to be terrified of an invitational.
Possibly indeed.
I mean, we already are, mind you.
We have a member of Crystal Roller Crew in chat also kind of putting the double fist pound on the table for Acai because Acai gave them everything they could handle in the previous round.
Hey, that's 7 crystals. That's a Castle Tower clear.
Yeah,
you know what that means?
I guess Dapper's going to have probably one of the easiest Ganon fights you could ask for. We're going to see the big pig here in just a moment, folks.
When do we tell them there's a sword on a shovel?
Hearing that Dixon has found Ice Palace. Again, Dixon's feed just kind of dead. That's got to be a Twitch issue of some sort.
Fairies just don't like Taylor, do they? That said, Taylor has to clear 3 crystals still. And Castle Tower.
Yeah, it's kind of a... There's a bit of an advantage here to be said. In terms of what's been done for one team over the other, or for one player over another on a team. But I would have to imagine that if Dixon was up Castle Tower not too far behind VGF Taylor, not Castle Tower, Ganon's Tower, then he's got to be like right there too.
Oh no.
Oh, that scares the...
Okay.
That will see? It's moments like this all season long that scare the ever-living hex out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Even scarier in the playoffs than any other time. Oh, Dapper's out of money!
Dapper's out of money!
See, we've been jokingly poking at the fact that Dapper hasn't had money. That is one of the things that will happen in Retrance. By the way, Danny routed in the sword.
Do you blame him?
No. Tempered Sword will save time on Ganon. Especially if it's right here and you're going to mirror back anyway. You have to go mode through ice and pick up your sword on the way, and that's a Ganon down for Dapper Wormman. Hold your breath. Don't fall, my friend.
Please don't fall. I don't want to add the cherry to this cake.
And wouldn't you believe that that's our first runner done overall tonight. Dapper Wormman with a time on race time of 1:42:33. And as I like to say, the clock is ticking.
So, depending on where Dixon is right now, and depending on how quickly Danny Music goes, this could give us a window of finish time. At the moment, what is happening is, up until the next player goes, this clock will tick for how long Danny has to win this fray, to win his seat.
Quietly, VGF Taylor picking up the rest of his crystals, starting with this Ice Palace crystal here. He still needs to go into Desert and Pod. I think Danny also needs to finish Pod too.
Yeah. Brief note, we will be losing tracker information on Dixon by the look of things in our volunteer channel, but we should be getting Dixon's feedback here shortly. Ideally.
That would be the hope. We would like to see him finish. We'd like to see where everyone finishes in a game that appears to be as close as I think it... Does VGF Taylor have all 4 swords suddenly? He does, in fact, have all 4 swords. Okay.
So, if Dixon finishes first, if both of Acai finish before Danny, then it would come down to that would set a time on how long Danny would have to finish the seed before Acai could be awarded the win. Because it's still an average time situation.
Right, so even though Dapper's put down that 1:42 time, it all really depends on where the rest of our players just kind of fall in. Because once you line up, you can finally get the averages, and this might be closer than it appears at the very end of the day, or it might be a landslide, you never know.
And we have a feed.
We definitely have a seed. We definitely have a Desert Palace for Dixon.
And he has a Tempered Sword, so I'm going to guess he has been to Ice Palace.
Yeah,
then.
I would imagine after Taylor got that information to him, he probably made a beeline straight up there.
Unless Dixon was the one who found Ice Palace.
That is possible, too. The last we saw him, he was climbing. At a point like that in a seed, I feel like, oh, Taylor wants to come back for this key. What do you need this key for? Run through desert? That doesn't save any time, though.
Taylor still has to do a trip through Pod, which does take several keys.
Yeah, that would be 3 keys just to get to Helma from the front door if the front door is not open. So yeah, that's actually a good call then.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he's opened the front door, then it's just counting your keys.
But, well, even if the front door's open, I don't think... I think Taylor found Desert first and stole that small key, too. Alright, where are we going now? What dungeon? Is this... What's over here?
Yeah, Castle Tower.
Okay. Danny Music has to go through Pod, and because of a key situation, has to go the long way.
These are, in fact, a situation of veterans. Fortunately, it hasn't really bitten our runners at all tonight, but they're still... You know, if you ever play a veteran seed in the future, just keep in mind, some of the things we've seen tonight, muscle memory to open the chest, can absolutely have something to say about the remainder of a season, or a seed, or, you know, if you're on a ladder or something.
Danny is also going to have to go back through a second time, smartly using Cave to just jump through there.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, Danny's going to have to do a second trip through right side in order to conserve his key for Helma.
Yeah, that's... Sometimes you want more keys than you need. Danny's also going to have a bit of a shortage of dollar here, it looks like. Does that say 3-2 something?
I can't tell if that's 3 or 5.
Either way, it's only 6 arrows worth if it's a 3 in the hundreds place. So he'll only have 4 or 5 shots on Ganon, depending on how these last rooms in Pod go. Alright, Dixon at the Wizards cutscene. Which means, I believe he's got a fistful of boss prizes, so he might just drop right in. Well, not drop right in. He has to go up to the tree and knock a tree over. When Link is so strong, he just knocks a tree over.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a tree. What's up?
I was like, did Danny use silvers to take out some of those mimics?
Looks like it.
No. It's you just can't see the numbers on our silly feed here. That says 294. It does not look like it says 294, but it says 294.
It looks like it says 124.
It does, doesn't it?
And now it says 154 from my garbled view between one good eye and low resolution tiny square.
Hey, at least you have at least one good eye. Hey, that is a wizard spinning out of control. That's not good. That's how you get pigs. Low, I almost called it low roll. Golden Land.
Oh yeah, we're in the dark. I forgot.
Yeah, Danny never went and picked up his lamp.
I mean, you know who else didn't go pick up the lamp?
VGF Taylor.
Hey, who's going to the pod basement right now?
VGF Taylor and Danny Music. Just proves to say, once again, you don't necessarily need the lamp to beat this game, even though the vanilla game will make darn sure that you got yourself a lamp going into the sewers.
Something about there being like 4 places you can pick it up. And here's our Ganon fight for Dixon.
Above it says 2F. Like you've fallen into the top floor of the pyramid.
Well, I mean, that's because the bottom, where you drop down, has to be the bottom floor.
One heck of a gap between the first floor and the second floor.
Have you ever been inside a pyramid?
Is it a 2-story pyramid?
Yeah.
That's it? That's not a pyramid, that's a cone.
No, it's still a pyramid, because the base of the pyramid is square and not round. I love how we're discussing this rather than talking about any of these boss fights going down.
We do have a Ganon fight. We have a crystal in the air for Danny. Dixon making the Tempered Sword Ganon fight look easy. VGF Taylor going to make Helma Sword look easy. Again, you know, having Gold Sword. A couple swipes after the mask is off will make him just fall right over. Taylor still has to do Castle Tower. No, he did Castle Tower first. Never mind.
Yeah, he did Castle Tower first. This is going to actually be a pretty close race between Danny and Taylor.
Yeah, this is I would say this is almost too close to call.
No.
When you take out the gap between Dapper Wormman and Danny Music and how close Dixon, who's just finished Ganon, so let's see some GGs for that, and VGF Taylor, right behind. One fall decides it all here, I say. Dixon finishing second in our race time room with a 1:51.52. Even though the timer stopped late.
That happens.
If it's as close as we say it is between these two, then I would have to say this goes to Amish Paradise.
I would agree. But first we have to see if Danny takes a couple of falls. Please
It's not over until the fat pig squeals.
4 times.
Well,
Twice.
I mean, squeals 3 times and shrieks with the 4th arrow going in. That's just.
I was referring to the fact we have to have 4 of these going on.
Oh. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. So 16 times.
On that man's chest?
Oh no. Dueling Ganon fights. Danny Music already finishing phase 3. VGF Taylor has a free 1 and 2 with the don't you dare take another bat. Okay.
Taylor's got 1 heart.
Did Danny just get a 2 tempered silverless slashes on Ganon?
Yeah.
And the torch glitch with the fire rod to boot. This should this is gonna be a done deal for Danny Music as long as he crosses his 1x3 bridge. This could be the season for Amish Paradise right here.
And finishing in 3rd place for Amish Paradise, Danny Music, which puts at 1st place and 3rd place, does give Amish Paradise the win.
And with a win in this best of 5 series, Amish Paradise will be advancing to the conference finals and have earned themselves a berth into the Season 6 Invitational League. And right behind him, by mere 20 seconds, is VGF Taylor. So let's see. GG's all around for these 4 runners. One heck of a series, guys. Well played.
Yeah. GG's to all of my friends here. Let's see if we can get some folks in interviews, shall we?
I would have to say so.
Because we have some questions, starting about shovels.
Well, that's a question we have for Amish Paradise. I feel like this seed is the question. How often do you see a co-op veterans take nearly 2 hours?
I mean, Ruby, we just had it the other day.
The answer should be too often. We are being joined in chat by Dixon, Dapper Worman, and Danny Music. GG to the 3 of you. Well played, everybody.
Thank you for addressing us by our full names as the 3Ds. GG.
and Dixon, pass our GGs along to Taylor if he doesn't join us today too.
Yeah, absolutely. GG's guys. He's just a little bit not camera shy, but just like mic shy. So, but he does say GG's to both of you. It was a well played series, pretty fun, especially this game 5.
So I have a question specifically directed at Amish Paradise.
I'll try to have an answer. Go ahead.
Yeah, this was very taxing on our brain, especially with me with dying so many times. I got super tilted. Shout outs to Danny Music for
you died...
calming me down. But
you died how many times and yet finished first?
Oh my God, it felt bad.
Where was the shovel, you guys?
I don't remember, but it was a sword, right?
Sure was. You know how long you two had that shovel?
A very long time.
Pretty sure everybody was
Totally
yelling at you, Danny, when you
that.
fluted away from K45.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's I mean, that's one thing. It's like these fetch quests. Turning in the mushroom, turning in the shovel, or something like that. It's you either do it right away, or it just becomes very low on your list of things to do. Like I was at a certain point in the seed, I was like, we got mushroom like an hour ago. Like if it's on mushroom, we've lost, and we just can't turn it in. And I think that was my last check before following Danny up the climb. But I did not know that shovel was nothing until
Shovel was on Desert Palace Torch.
Yeah, so you guys and Dapper, you accidentally bombed open the lower paradox and went back in, found the boots, got the shovel, and just okay, it's just another tool in my pocket, I guess.
Well, I think I got it because Danny hadn't checked it yet, and then later it was told to me that it was nothing. So I don't know if Danny checked it. He probably didn't because he would have remembered it was a sword.
I think at one point you asked me if I checked it, and then I said no, I hadn't checked it yet.
I think VGF Taylor, if he were here, Taylor would tell you it was definitely not nothing because he was the one who showed us it was a sword.
Yeah, here it is on our tracker that it hasn't been checked. So
Oh no.
nice.
Yeah.
But we did run across the other 2 swords, which was nice.
So that's something that scared us the entire game long, because everyone kind of just filtered into the Ganon's Tower climb. Dixon made a remark in the race room that they kind of regret not climbing.
Yeah, there was an item behind it, but
It's not important.
Oh, you don't need the mirror for anything on this seat. It only blocks, your last dungeon.
it was important in the last entrance mode that these 2 teams played against. How could it have something important in this race as well? That's impossible.
Confirmation bias doesn't exist. There's like the 2 players on the bottom of the screen never got their lamp. Taylor just bailed out of GT and never got the lamp. Danny, you know where the lamp is. You too good for a lamp, my friend?
Yeah, Dapper said the only way I'm getting lamp is if I'm getting Quake Medallion, and then he said that Quake Medallion's not needed, so I didn't get the lamp.
That was a slick torch glitch into tempered silverless shot on Ganon, though. That was pretty cool to watch.
Oh yeah, I had 2 silverless hits on Ganon. That was a bizarre fight.
So, speaking of silvers, how about them bows?
That was cute. Yeah, we were talking because I found GT before we had the Moon Pearl. So I'm like, okay, I know we have the boots and we have the hammer, so I don't know how far I really want to go with this, given that it's like very out of logic at this point and it's not that hard to get back to. So at the time I was thinking just do Hope Room and DM's room. And then after finding both bows, I'm just like, oh, I guess maybe I should go onward then. And then I remembered that I didn't have the bows activated, so I liked my decision of piecing out there after getting them very out of logic.
Dixon, we did notice that you and Taylor took a little longer to get up to that Dark Lumberjack entrance.
Yeah, it was just like a matter of like partially remembering, but also just like trying to cover like some of the other entrances. Like we were a little bit worried, like, hey, maybe we can like squeeze in the mirror if we cover some areas that are of reasonable value, but maybe we can hedge a little bit, wait, so that way we go up there with the mirror, like do a clean sweep. That didn't break out right, obviously. The mirror was somewhere upstairs.
And once you've left it is a little hard to route in cleanly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is. That was a difficult decision. I was like, when I found Quake, I was a little bit torn. I was like, do I bail now and then take the hard gamble and assume, hey, maybe the end of the game is right around the corner, or do I decide to climb? I chose poorly there.
And those are areas that are really hard to get back to, just in general in cross keys too. I feel like there's a handful of single entrances or places you just never want to go back. Dark Shopping Mall, Dark Lumberjack, back of Skullwoods, Mimic Cave, Bumper Ledge, and of course Checkerboard if you've already done all of Myron Desert. All pretty awful to get back to.
Yeah, totally agree. It's just like it's really tough to like justify coming back a lot of those times.
And that's why we had Danny talking about how going around and checking all those awkward mirror entrances that don't require the mitts. Meanwhile, Dapper's checking everything that's a mitts entrance that may or may not be blocked by the mirror. We kind of got down to the nitty gritty here at the very end, where y'all got funneled to the top of the mountain at relatively the same time after GT. So I would say this one was pretty close. Just Dapper, despite a couple early game troubles, managed to get there first.
Yeah, it was a little shocking. I wasn't really looking at the race time room and did not expect to finish first after a few deaths, but it made Danny do all the pendants, so I guess it kind of works out that way.
Hey, if you're looking for something and you don't know what you're looking for, you kind of throw darts in the dark, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
So, Acai, for Dixon, VGF Taylor, and Tony T. Young, who's not here with us in voice, this is your second year in the Open League. This was a really close series for you guys. You played your butts off. I had my hands full with you last year, and now you guys are throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Amish Paradise. What can we look forward to in Season 6?
I'm not sure actually. I think like last season we had record-wise pretty good result. There was definitely like some blind spots that we had. To be honest, none of us really knew how to play reference or like any entrance randomizer mode last season. So we were like, sure, we'll just punt those modes and then just hope that we can make it up and then maybe squeeze in playoffs. This season was a little bit different. We actually learned some entrance randomizer modes and try to actually like make sure that it wasn't like a complete blind spot, and it kind of paid out, I guess, this season in the postseason as well.
I'd have been scared to play you guys in entrance like my team got to do last year. So, I mean, one entrance is a case where I don't sleep on anybody ever, but even seeing the difference between last year and this year, you guys have improved at entrance significantly. So,
well, thanks. Yeah, that means a lot.
So
Yeah.
the practice shows.
I was scared to play you guys in entrance because I commentated your match against James FNX, and I really liked a lot of the decisions that you were making, and I thought that your execution was super good. And then you ended up beating me in cross keys, so was right to be scared.
Well, likewise, I thought your routing actually in a couple of those seats, as well as like I think some like practice runs and things like that. I was like, oh, this is actually like. I actually did like some of your decisions too, so it's like nice to trade information there.
So watch out. As I've been saying all stream long, don't sleep on Acai. They will absolutely stun you if you meet them head to head. Watch out for these guys next season. Amish Paradise, Dapper, Danny, Nick, you're going to the bonus round, my friends. Welcome to the promised land of the Invitational League. How do you guys feel?
I don't know. There are 2 more games left in this tournament. We'll figure out next year, you know?
It's very exciting, but we got tomorrow is the next round, so gotta focus on those, getting those 3 wins and then the next 3 wins, and all the while have fun while doing that. As
they say in the National Sports Ball League, we're on to team name. In this case, we're on to Farm Friends, who are a team that have definitely been clawing at it for the past couple of years, and this is their year. So we'll be looking forward to that. Make sure you give these guys all a follow here as we start to wrap things up on this final presentation of the conference semifinals of the Open League, starting to get down to the last few handfuls of races here. The stage is set for both sides of the Open League. We have Amish Paradise facing off against aforementioned Farm Friends. For those who might not be aware, there are 2 other teams that have earned their way into Invitational this year. Those are Saha's Kids and Great Name Pending. Watch out for that series to be coming up as well.
Yeah, please, if you enjoy watching these randomizer runs, please follow all of the racers. They're all good at this game. They're all really good at this game. I'm scared to have to race one of them this week.
You and me both. Hey, maybe we should start talking about that? Question mark?
Oh yeah. So for those who don't know, myself, Dapper, Zaruvian, and Zeke are all doing the casual boots cross keys linked to the past randomizer tournament, and the pairings just happened to work out that I'm matched up with Zaruvian, Dapper's matched up with Zeke, and whichever of those 2 pairs wins has to face each other. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm not. I'm down to like think about scheduling it now.
Yeah, this was more important to focus on, Danny.
Free win for Zeke tomorrow because my brain is fried.
Oh no. I'm not sweating it. I'm here to have fun, and you guys are too.
Yeah.
Likewise.
But yeah, all of these runners deserve a follow. They've put on a fantastic show. Huge shout out to Lady Lord Linda and Maid Walkhart, our trackers tonight.
And don't forget the third members of both of these teams as well. For Amish Paradise, you have Zero Nix, who was hanging out with chat tonight. Say that 5 times fast. And Tony T. Young, keep an eye out for him.
I think Tony was in chat too for a time.
Briefly, I would say he does play SMZ3. So watch out, Tony. I'm pretty sure Maniacal will watch this back and probably have some words of advice for you. If you end up playing some entrants, a mode like Retrons is a good way to start. If you can get yourself behind the idea of Retro World State, you start with a sword and you have the whole key logic thing is not really a thing to think about. This is one of those modes that can be kind of friendly and also kind of mean. But these four made it look easy tonight.
Did we?
I
That's
mean,
news to me.
I mean, once you found the Moon Pearl, that's a bad spot for the Moon Pearl. Let's be real here.
No, that's a bad spot for the mitts.
Which spot?
Yes.
I mean, you either got Hera Basement or French Vanilla. Take your pick.
Oh yeah, that was French Vanilla. Huh?
Yeah, it was Attic, I think, for the other glove.
Yeah, attic.
Yeah.
Easttown attic. I don't know what happened to me with the keys. I clearly misremembered
You know what?
the
Hold
keys
on.
I needed to,
Hold on.
because I didn't get the free one. But yeah,
So, I don't know what happened. You didn't have the hammer when you were in there.
I did.
No, you did.
In my
Dapper
head,
had the hammer.
in my head, when you go into Thieves Town with one small key and it's go mode, you can just get you could skip the big chest. You don't have to grab the key at the top of near the boss room. And that's
right.
that's what I think subconsciously went in my head, and then I was like, I needed to grab that key in order to check.
I was
the big
thinking in my
chest.
head, it's a
That
top
was-
player that didn't have the hammer. Dixon was
Yeah.
in there and didn't have the hammer. So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
so
I mean,
each of you got to breathe a sigh of relief when the other player said, "Oh, you don't have to come
Oh.
back. It's just a compass."
yeah, I was
Interesting.
sweating that out. Danny, you have to do it right away. But yeah, it was good.
I did it
I got to
pretty
take off,
early on.
but GG's to Acai. Thanks for a great series. And expect big things from you guys next year. And
Yeah,
thanks,
likewise. Good luck in the invitationals, and more importantly, good luck in the rest of the open league. Cheering for you guys.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks so much. Thanks
Yeah,
everyone for taking care of the restream and the tracking. Thanks so much to Acai for one awesome series. Definitely wish you all the best. And I'll catch you later.
Yeah, let's get one final round of GGs for Acai and Amish Paradise tonight. Amish Paradise will go home the winner and have some more games to play. And, there's games to be had all over the place. In fact, there's probably a tournament for anybody who wants to get into this league. We got events all over the place for the new player, as the Mentor Tournament runs every summer. For the experienced entrance player, we have a Casual Boots Cross Keys tournament that we mentioned earlier that hasn't seen any broadcasts yet. Crossing fingers, but could. And, of course, would be nothing without our trackers tonight. Lady Laura Linda, Maidwalk Herd, Speed Gaming 1 through 6 has your speed running and randomizer needs. Also, the 4 language channels have a few of those as well. Thanks everybody for watching. Keep an eye out on the schedule. Again, we have 2 big series to help decide who will be going to the grand finals of this tournament. 2 more sets of best of 5 before the final, where you've got Amish Paradise going on to face off against Farm Friends. That's Tabby Cat, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, and I forget who the third player of Farm Friends is and feel kind of bad now.
Winfox
Winfox.
470.
It is Winfox 470, okay. And of course, Great Name Pending and Saha's Kids on the other side. Again, Saha's Kids with a sweep this past week, so watch out. Lots to watch here.
I believe that about does it for us, Ruby.
Man, does it have to be over already? I was just having fun.
Thank you, Zeruvian, for joining me in the commentary booth today.
Thank you, Zeke, for saying, hey, we should do this. And I said, sure, why not? Until next time, my friends, take care.